What's up, y'all? It's Willie B, man. Talking America, a little freedom. Got my little boo bear here, Yatana, and we're gonna show you guys how to do some American-style burnouts, right? Because we're going for the Guinness World Record Sunday, August 18th. Be there. She's gonna be there. All right, here's how you do it. Step one. First things first, bring some water. All right, friction coefficient, easy to figure out, right? Put a little water on the tire. What you want is wheel speed. Wheel speed generates heat. You want them tires to smoke right out of the gate. Everybody's gonna light the tires off for about 30 seconds, okay? So step one, take some water, right? Just like so. My man Matt's doing the same thing. Pour it right in front of your tire, right? So you can roll up in it, okay? Step two, you wanna ease your car into the water, okay? So the water's right there. I wanna take my car and go, okay. All right, so now the rear tire is sitting in the water, all right? So maybe first gear, maybe second gear, but what you want to do is get wheel speed going real fast. If I'm starting first, I'm going up to second real fast, generating a lot of wheel speed. Now this is just an old school muscle car, so it's easy. I just apply the brake a little bit, right? All I'm doing is getting a handful of brake, and I'm just taking the gas and throttling into it. So I lean into the gas, right? Working the pedal. So that way, the throttle overcomes the brakes on the rear. Now look, there's proportioning valves. You could, go in and adjust your rear brakes if you want, if you had drum brakes. Me, I just let the motor speak for itself and let it overpower, because I can do that for 30 seconds all day. So this car is easy, but how do you do it on a car with things like stability control, right? Yeah, traction control, it sucks. I'll show you how right here next, okay? Hang on. Barracuda style, yo, Mopar. Okay, what up, y'all? Willie B. It's Burnout 101. Simple, easy. Now look, there's a lot of guys got proportioning valves, right? You may have drum brakes, you want to get in and reset that little spring, pull the pads off the actual drum, so that helps. But look, a lot of times it's just a matter of having a pair, man, matting the brake, right? Stomping on that pedal until you find that sweet spot. And the engine will tell you, right? The motor will tell you where it needs to be at in order to tear the tires off. And you'll find out real quick, man. You don't want to be too hard in the RPM and hit on the rev limiter and, cause catastrophic damage, internal parts go flying. No, you don't need none of that. It really doesn't take too much to tear the tires off, especially, on modern cars with a lot of modern power. So let's take a car that's got traction control, because on a muscle car, it's easy, man. You just hit the brake right as hard as you can, stand on it, and then get into that pedal until the tires break free. Well, a car with traction control is a little bit different, okay? So come on in here, I'll show you what you can do. All right, so what if you got a modern car with traction control, stability control, pain in the ass, right? Well, a lot of times you'll have an ESC button, all right, ESP. They tend to be a little different. It may even be a TC if it's a little bit older, like this is 2011 or 12 Cadillac. So in this one, the ESP is just TC. It stands for traction control. Now, a lot of times you hit that traction control and you'll see the traction control button off on the dash and you'll be like, okay, I'm good to go. But then when you lean into it, right, you'll notice that the traction control is still on. So if I go here to drive, right, and I start to throttle in and lean into it, I should be able to tear the tires off. Well, I can, look at that. Oh, that's even easier. So look, a lot of cars won't allow you to do that in that mode, right? So a lot of times you have to do the extra step, like modern Hellcats, some Chevys, they make you hold the TC button or the ESP button for 8 seconds. So a lot of times you'll hold it like this, and it could be a button down here on the dash, it could be up here somewhere, but you gotta hold it for an 8-second count, and you'll see that button flick once and then stay on. And what happens is this stability track is off. Now that's different than traction control being off, right? So this allows complete freedom to burn the tires off. And again, it's more or less just overpowering the rear brakes. And I know that sounds bad, there's different ways you could do it, but I mean, literally, if you grab a handful of, brake with your left foot, right? Pump it up a little bit, right? Grab a handful of brake, mat it pretty hard, and just take your right foot and lean into the throttle a little bit. You hear the RPM coming up? And I'm not even on water, so they'll turn over easier on water, but you just lean into it and generate some wheel speed. So now you see what happened there is I leaned into it on the gas, and then you saw my foot come off the brake a little bit. So I lean into it, I come off the brake, and then they start turning. So sometimes it's just finesse. Dive into the brake really hard, right, and come off of it, and you'll feel that rear tire start to break free, and then you just dig into the throttle, right? And you generate wheel speed, and you know, wheel speed is smoke, man. You see it passing by now, right? So that's what we need in the world record attempt. A bunch of guys knowing what they're doing, turning traction control off, overpounding the rear brakes, and making smoke. That's all you need right there is a little smoke, man. See you August 18th, that's Sunday. Thanks to the Lincoln Tech, they're making an enormous, incredible trophy. Thanks to Saratoga Casino, they're sponsoring the big burnout competition. And thanks to the BPI family for breaking the current record of 126 cars. All right, we're going big, next level, out of bounds, y'all. We'll see you Sunday. America. America.